Yo, how's it going, everybody? Um, it's been a while since I made one of these. Obviously, my hair's gotten longer, and well, got a loaded diaper shirt, so times are changing. So today, I want to talk about trust, because honestly, there's a lot of people who have been just like absolutely fucking on each other's trust, including mine, and including me fucking on other people's trust. So I just want to talk about trust. So, trust, it, the more I interact with people, the more I realize how quickly trust is like just shattered. Like it's like there's only so much you can do once the trust is broken, and that's really where it gets complicated. So like I want to walk through some of the steps like towards that. So like what I want to talk about is like I literally just came up with this. So let's say you're friends with a bunch of people. You haven't really tested each other yet. You haven't been in a tested situation where it's like, well, can we survive this? Can we do that? Like the friendship hasn't been tested yet because there's been no reason to test it yet, or there's nothing has come along yet. So it's all sunshine and rainbows. Everything's great, and then like you and all your buddies are hanging out or whatever, and then one of them does something that could be slightly questionable. Like maybe like they you know date someone because people don't. Jesus, I'm projecting hard. That's fuck. I don't know. Just like there's something that you like a different person doesn't agree with entirely, you know, and so like then instead of like being forthright about it, like go up front, just like all of a sudden there's this wall, even if you want to. Oh, hold up. Look at that cat. Look at that cat. Look at that cat. Okay. Even if like they want to, there's still that wall, and so suddenly because of that, there's like a chink in the armor. Like there's something. There's a little bit of a lack of trust now, and then like if they don't talk about it, the it gets worse. Like that tiny crack in the dam becomes a bit of a leak, and it all starts flooding out. Like all of a sudden, like everybody else is talking about things that one person isn't in the know of, and so then that person tries to talk to those people, and that doesn't work. and then there's sides, like then people pick sides, and like it gets like it turns something, it turns a tiny crack into a leak, and then totally blows things out of proportion. And so now there's sides, and even if no matter what, like silence silence is literally just like waiting to make a choice. Like at the end of the day, someone is either going to make it for you, or you're going to have to just leave, like you're just going to have to cut and run. And that's never good for anyone, like cutting and running. Well, there you just now you made enemies out of all sides, or like, or at least that's how it feels in the moment. But anyway, so now you're in the middle of this, like regardless of your whether you're not you're an instigator, or like a victim or just a person passing through. No matter what, you end up having to make a choice on what side you're on. Like, even if people say, "Yeah, I'm being mature about it," like it's whatever, and like, oh my god, it it becomes something that nobody wants to be a part of, but everybody has to be a part of, which tears apart friendships. And so now what I want to talk about is my feelings on how to move forward. Like, the way I've been doing it, because I've gone through a really similar situation, um, like recently, very recently. That's the new goss. Um, it it's nice to just take a step back. Like I know I iterated earlier that, like, even if you like pull out, make an enemy out of everybody, but that's not always the case, because like, uh, if in the middle of it you do, but like once people have kind of like settled their shit, just kind of like, look, when the time is right, then you can just take some distance, and like you'll know when, whenever you decide. But if like two people are like asking you that, and then you just like you gotta like weasel away, like it just like it doesn't really show a lot of backbone, and so a lot of people will just like completely lose, man, I wish that guy would just like make up his mind or something, or like, god, he just like he picks both sides and he doesn't want to say anything. It's just like so annoying. That's what they'll start saying. And like, it I mean, honestly, if though those two people, like, their judgments shouldn't really matter anyway, because like they're both starting fights, like, regardless, like it takes two to tango. But yeah, and so the best thing you could do, honestly, is just pull back for a while, until things cool down, even like on both sides. Like even the instigator or the victim, or like both, like a lot of the time it's like both, like there's no good side, there's no victim side, and there's no instigator side, because both times the people, like, they both drag it on, because one of them has to put a line in the sand, and that's a normal thing, and then one person's trying to tread on that line, and they probably usually don't know that they are, or they think that they're just standing their ground. As an art, they're rubbing their walls together. They're rubbing their walls together, and like when you rub two stones together, you get sparks. If or like, well, I mean that's specifically flint and steel, but like you get the point. Like, you get sparks, and so, here's the thing, like the easy situation solver is like, oh well, one of them should just tear the wall down, and then the other might, or like something like that. Or like, in that moment, you're like when you're face to face or with a group of the group of people, it's like, well, I can just tear my wall down. I can do that. Like that's fine, but you can't. It's so easy to say that you can, but then it's like you can't. It's hard to explain in any other way than that, because you hit your own wall. You know, you try to get your momentum going, and you're like, I can do this. I can just tear it down. I'll be fine. But then it's just like when you try and you try pulling, it just doesn't. It doesn't work. Like you need to get space. You need to get a running start. If like I like to think of it this way, like if you if you're right up against a wall and you're trying to push it, push, and when you're right where you stand, you got no momentum building up into it. You're not gonna be able to do it. Like you got nothing behind you. But like if you take a step back and you get some space between you and that wall, like you take some time for yourself, like talk with other friends, or like make some new friends, or like go out, go to like a music venue or something, your local town or some shit like that, or like just go to the library, or meet like just meet people, go to the gym, do that kind of shit. Like then you got some momentum. When you come back to it, you can run at that wall after some time and just fucking break both down. You got enough momentum to burst through two walls, because like now you're coming at it from a different perspective, not of one of God, these people are coming at me, surrounding me, they're pecking me like a bunch of vultures. It's more of, well, these are my friends, these are my allies, these are like, even though there was a point where there was a lack of trust, I still think that these people are are good. They have flaws, but so everybody has flaws. Like you gotta like look at the flaws and see what is okay, what is not. Like anyone without any red flags is obviously just showing sticks with no flags on them. Cause like, what's that tapping? Sorry. Okay. Fuck. Um. Yeah, just showing stick with no flag on them, because like no way in hell nobody has like one red flag. Like I know I got my red flags, but I'm just good at you know working on them and slowly repainting those red flags into green ones, and realizing that myself. But I still got red flags, like they're there. It's not going to be, they're not going to disappear. I got to work on them. But that's just me. But I think that does apply to like everybody. Like, like I was saying, like I iterated earlier, um, it's so easy to say that you can just do it, like push down your wall, like in that moment, like, oh, I can do it. But like if you don't walk the walk, what's the point of talking the talk? Like I've been watching like I absolutely love this guy. Is He makes some of the best video essays ever. Sassy OP. He's definitely subjective, but like he's got a good sense of humor. And I've been watching his 4 hour essay on history of mixed martial arts, and it's just an absolute laugh riot, because like he like trails off into the most ridiculous of stuff. Like just like it's hard to tell if his like stories are real, because like he's like talking about like the history of MMA. But like, he'll go off and like tell this like sob story about this girl, like that he's like calling, like he names her Sandwich or something, and like he just refers to Sandwich and how he loves her and he wants her, and but she's exchanged and she's gotta go. It's like, how the hell does this have to do anything with that, with the history of MMA? It's just like absolutely amazing. But he talks a lot about guys who talk the talk, because it's like MMA, like the whole thing is like fighting, like so they gotta boost themselves up, like so that there's more people watching the fight. But like you got like fuck, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, painful. Um, you gotta walk the walk in order to talk the talk. Like he compares it to samurai, like how samurai speak in actions. Like they don't say something if they're not gonna do it. Like, and I think a lot more people should live like that. Like, because it's so easy to say you're gonna do something when you're not gonna. Like, it's literally like it's it's like any other vice or terrible thing. Because it's like a pot addict trying not to smoke weed. Like oh god, I'm gonna quit. I got this. I'm fine. I'm not gonna do it. And then like an hour or two passes, and they're like they don't even remember why they like why they said they weren't gonna do it. Like, did I say I was not gonna do that? Oh, well, whatever. No, I didn't. And then they do it, and like it's so easy to do that, and it comes the same kind of. It's like there's almost an addiction to like non-personal growth because we're also grown into it, like into just being happy, and that's like happy, quote unquote, with our status quo, and not trying to change it, and so it we don't move forward because we can make right now happy, you know, and that's good, like I can respect making your surrounding area better, but what's the point if there's no end goal? Like is like the journey's important, but if you have no destination, then there's no journey to be had. You're just like sitting in one place. It doesn't really change. It doesn't really move anywhere. Like it's like honestly, I think that's why a lot of people get stuck into dead end jobs too, because they get into it and they're like, "Oh, well, this is comfortable." Like it's not particularly good. Like I kind of hate this, and my boss sucks, and I have to stand out in the cold pouring rain, or I have to sit in a shitty office and type till my fingers are sore, or like or some shit that I really just don't want to do. I just want money and like low input, high output. But like I don't really want to change it. I don't really. I just want to keep. I want to keep my life together. I want to survive, and it's like surviving ain't thriving. Like that's not it. I'm totally sidetracked. I'm totally sidetracked. But yeah, personal growth is a big thing when it comes to trust, because if you can't grow, well, nobody else is going to do it for you. And so how are you going to open up if you don't become a stronger person from your experiences? Oh, excuse me. It's just not going to happen. Like it just like, there's no physical way to make it happen. Like all our outward problems are tests from the universe. You know, like it, I heard, I forget who said it. Like I heard this recently, like the last couple days. But like all our all our outward tests are physical manifestations of our inward problems and questions of ourselves. And like they did, like they come out in those outward situations, like in moment, like for my situation, I was actually having some trust issues with my friends even before any of this stuff happened. Like I had a fucking nasty nightmare where it's like they're like I was in an old friend's house, completely unrelated to these friends, and these my current friends were just absolutely fucking like just, just just laying into me, and like saying some of the most hurtful shit that could possibly hurt me at the moment. And so clearly, I had some own trust issues that were in me already. And so this was the universe's physical manifestation to like attempting to test me. That's my working theory, you know. But like it is something, you know, like because it'll manifest and it's like how the truth always comes out, you know, like it. Hold on, let me check the camera. Okay, we got 14%. We're good. I didn't pre-plan this at all. This is just kind of a rant. Yeah, like there's a physical manifestation in the world, and so and it's not like the like, ooh, magic. You can make anything happen because you want it to. No, it's like manifestation is so real. It's I think it's like Newton's law. The more you fear something, the more likely it's going to happen because you're putting that energy out there, and there's obviously a, a trial within that you need to like face in the outward world, so that way your inside can either heal from something else or become more. I want to say calloused, but no, that's not right. Like become hardened, like so that way you can deal with these situations more knowledgeably and more gracefully the next time, because in like this is not the first time I've had this kind of thing happen before, and like like just like total lack of trust among peers and people and all that kind of stuff. And after the first time, I was a little bit more prepared to deal with it this time because I knew that giving reaction and trying to explode things or like try like doing anything really, any kind of move can be like just seen as aggression. Almost, it's crazy how it works like that. Like how anything you do, no matter if it's positive or negative, it can be seen as aggression. So what I did in that situation was attempt to remain as positive as possible, keep keep my no well yeah definitely I put up a wall totally, but just like oh my god, what are you doing, Silver? I I put up a wall a bit, but that was kind of like a manifestation of, or no, not a manifestation, a reaction to the like everybody else's walls slowly getting higher and higher too, because I realized that just I can't lower it right now, and that's because I need a running start. You know, I need some space to run at that wall and break on through. Like the Doors song, like break on through to the other side. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. So, yeah. So it it's a little crazy, and I've been feeling crazy, but I'm finally back on my feet, and I'm starting to thrive instead of survive. Like that's the hardest bit, surviving, because here's a good thing. Um, so like say you're working a job, you know, and you have the choice between standing around or picking up a shovel and digging a fucking hole. If you stand around, you're just gonna be like you're gonna be watching that pot, like that pot boil. You know that time tick. Like it's gonna be a slow, egregious fucking process. But if you just pick up that shovel and start digging away, like holy shit, dude, the hours fly by. It's like you didn't even think about it. So it's like I don't want to say shit sorts itself out, but like It always do. And like space is a beautiful thing because it allows people to make decisions for themselves, you know? Like outside of any kind of like group judgment or like, the voice of the people or kind of shit like that. Like we as a collective, we believe this. And anyone else who doesn't believe this, don't get out of here. Shoot, get lost. And it's like, how is anyone supposed to have an opinion that way? You don't. That's the thing. So you need to like space is a very valuable thing when it comes to people and dealing with things healthily, because but space can also nothing. The more I live, the more I realize that everything is a double-edged sword. Like literally, everything is a blade. A blade can cut your meat so you survive and eat your food, but it can also cut you. So the same thing goes with space. If like your first reaction is to fucking isolate yourself, then you're not gonna like you're just building that wall right away, and now you've locked yourself away. Or like if you use space away from the person that you're having some kind of conflict with, you're right away like I didn't finish that bit. If you use space to like get space away from the person you're having a conflict with, and then start like gathering everybody to your space and like talking about, yeah, that guy, that guy, what the fuck is wrong with that guy? It's like, well, now you've started your own little communion, and that's not space. That's just starting a mob, like, and so like everything that everything is the fork that feeds and cuts us, you know, or the knife, the fork, the spoon, or whatever the fuck. And then you can cut yourself with a spoon. Yeah, I'm rambling on now, but just like everything in life is the utensil that feeds and cuts us. That's it. Like trust can be that too, because if you trust blindly, it's gonna every time just fucking stab you in the stomach. But if you trust, like if you never trust, you if you never trust. Sorry, my cat is actually tweaking right now. If you never trust, then you'll never have allies. You'll never get anything done in your life, because everything, like no man works alone. No woman works alone. Everybody needs people. We're social creatures, and that's how we get things done. But that doesn't mean you can't do things alone. Like everything is one and two, one and two. Like there's always like two things you have to consider for everything, so that way you can have a third. And it, yeah, yeah, that's um, yeah, that's a good 30-minute rant. Yeah, so going forward, always consider both things. Um, and don't be afraid to get into those kind of situations, because they always work themselves out. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.